Hey everyone, welcome back to Horror Talks with Tate with another spine-chilling episode. My name is Tate and I'm your host for this podcast, and I'm very excited to tell you all about another horror movie. In this podcast, as usual, we plunge into the depth of intricate plots, delve into rich character development, thematic elements, explore director's cuts, and so much more within the horror genre. In this episode, we will be discovering the fifth installment of a sci-fi horror franchise called Alien. The movie is called Prometheus, and it follows the explorers which are sent to the darkest corner of the universe. Their different expectations take a toll on them when they find something unimaginable. The film is a prequel showing the events before the original Alien films. Let's head on to the spooky summaries and discover the plot details for the movie Prometheus. The story follows a group of scientists and explorers in the year 2093 who embarks on a mission to a distant moon, LV-223, after discovering ancient star maps on Earth. These maps suggest that an advanced race of beings, referred to as the engineers, may have created humanity. The expedition is funded by the Weyland Corporation and led by Dr. Elizabeth Shaw and Dr. Charlie Holloway, who hope to uncover the truth about human origin. They are accompanied by a diverse crew, including Dave, a mysterious android, and Meredith Vickers, a script corporate overseer. As they investigate the alien structures on LV-223, they make shocking discoveries about the engineers' purpose and the potential danger they pose to Earth. As the crew uncovers deeper secrets, they face deadly challenges that test their survival and reveal disturbing truths about creation, life, and the risk of seeking answers from the unknown. The film explores themes of human curiosity, existential questions, and the consequences of delving into forces beyond comprehensions. Now, it's time to go to the great directors and discuss the behind the scenes for how is the movie created as a prequel to the original Alien film. Prometheus was directed by Ridley Scott and was written by John Spates and Damon Lindelof. Scott is renowned for his emphasis on detailed, immersive world building. Prometheus showcases vast, eerie landscapes and intricate spaceship interiors, blending occult mechanical designs of futuristic technology with ancient, almost mythological settings. He worked closely with cinematographer Doris Wolski to use digital cinematographic, capturing the alien world with crystal clarity. This created a vivid contrast between the desolation of the alien planet and the advanced technology of the humans. Prometheus is a visual and thematic spectacle combining Ridley Scott's masterful world building with rational musings and horror-driven tension, echoing the atmosphere of his earlier works while pushing new boundaries in sci-fi storytelling. The actors and characters are Noomi Rapace as Elizabeth Shaw, Michael Fassbender as David, Charlize Theron as Meredith Vickers, Idris Elba as Janek, and Guy Pearce as Peter Weyland. The performance in Prometheus were generally praised for their intensity and depth, even if the film itself received mixed reviews. Here's a breakdown of some of the standout performances. Number 1, Michael Fassbender as David. Fassbender's portrayal of the android David was widely regarded as the highlight of the film. He brings a subtle, eerie presence to the role, blending cold calculation with the childlike curiosity. His character's ambiguity, whether he's helpful or sinister, adds a significant layer of tension throughout the film. Critics and audience appreciated his restrained yet captivating performance, making David one of the most memorable characters in the Alien franchise. Number 2, Noomi Rapace as Elizabeth Shaw. Rapace, as the film's protagonist Elizabeth Shaw, delivered a strong and emotional performance. Her character is a scientist and believer, determined to uncover humanity's origin, and Rapace balanced her vulnerability with resilience, especially during the intense physical and psychological challenges Shaw faces. Some have compared her to Sigourney Weaver's iconic Ellen Ripley, though Shaw is more of a spiritual and intellectual character than a warrior. Number 3, Charlize Theron as Meredith Vickers. Charlize Theron plays Meredith Vickers, a Wayland Corporation executive. Theron brings a cold, authoritarian presence to the role, often clashing with the crew. Her performance as a rigid and calculating corporate figure adds another layer of mystery to the film. While some felt her character was underdeveloped, Theron added a commanding, ice-cold vibe to the film. Number 4, Idris Elba as Janek. Idris Elba plays the captain of the spaceship Prometheus, and his laid-back but reliable portrayal provides some levity and groundedness to the otherwise intense atmosphere. His performance is charismatic, and he effectively conveys the role of a leader, despite the relatively smaller amount of screen time compared to Fassbender or Rapace. And number 5, Logan Marshall Green as Charlie Holloway. As Elizabeth Shaw's partner, Charlie Holloway, Marshall Green delivered a performance that some found to be solid, but not as engaging as others in the cast. His character arrogance and impatience made him less likable, but Marshall Green gave depth to the scientist driven by personal ambition. The narrative structure of Prometheus is intricate and layered, blending elements of science fiction, horror, and existential themes. It follows a traditional 3-act structure, but introduces complex philosophical questions about the origins of humanity, creation, and destruction. Here's an overview of its key narrative structures. Incident Innocent. Archaeologists Elizabeth Shaw and Charlie Holloway discover ancient star maps on Earth, which lead them to believe humanity was created by an advanced alien race, the Engineers. They embark on a ship expedition aboard the ship Prometheus to find these creators. Establishment of setting and characters. The film introduces the crew of the Prometheus and sets the tone for mystery and exploration. Wayland Corporation's hidden agenda and David, the android with secret motive, add layers of intrigue. Rising tension. As they arrive on the distant moon LV-223, The discovery of alien structures raised more questions than answers, escalating the mystery of humanity's origins. Prometheus is set in a variety of striking, often eerie environments that emphasize its sci-fi and horror elements. Here's a breakdown of the key settings. The spaceship Prometheus. Much of the film takes place aboard the spaceship Prometheus, a high-tech research vessel. Its interiors are sleek and futuristic, with a clinical utilitarian design, a command to space travel films. It includes significant lavatories, cryo sleep chambers, and a command bridge with large digital displays. The cramped metallic corridors create a sense of claustrophobia, especially during tense scenes. Number 2, LV-223. The bulk of the action unfolds the LV-223, a distant, desolate moon. The planet's surface is barren, rocky, and windswept, with massive mountains, rain, and dark skies. The atmosphere is toxic, and the characters must wear suits while venturing outside. This hostile environment set the tone for isolation and danger. Number 3, the Engineer's Temple, aka Structures. One of the most iconic settings is the vase, alien structure, discovered by the crew. This pyramid-like temple houses a labyrinth of dark, eerie hallways filled with ominous symbols and architecture. The design is deeply inspired by the works of H.R. Giger, featuring biomechanical aesthetics. Key locations include the ample room, where the mysterious black liquid is stored, and the central chamber with a massive stone head sculpture. Number 4, the Engineer's Spaceship. Hidden within the temple is an engineer's spacecraft, shaped like a massive horseshoe. Inside, there are organic-looking controls and a chamber where the engineer pilots the ship. The design is highly organic, blending technology with a strange alien biology, echoing the aesthetic of the original Alien film. Number 5, the Escape Pod, aka Lifeboat. Towards the climax of the movie, some action shifts to the Prometheus escape pod, a self-contained, luxurious habitat designed to support life. This setting contrasts with the serial spaceship and the menacing alien structures, offering a brief sense of safety that is ultimately shattered. The movie's settings creates a contrast between the cold, controlled environment of human technology and the mysterious, full-bodying alien architecture, enchanting the film's tension and horror. The music and sound design in Prometheus plays a cultural role in establishing the eerie and mysterious atmosphere of the film. Here's a breakdown of both elements, starting with music. The Prometheus score was composed by Mark Streeter-Tenfield, who had previously worked with Ridley Scott on other films. The music blends orchestral and electronic elements to create a sense of tension and otherworldliness. Some notable aspects of the music include tension building. Streeter-Tenfield used a lot of low, rumbling tone, eerie landscapes, and minimalistic melodies to create unease. The score often crescendos just as a suspenseful moment unfolds, which adds to the sense of dread throughout the movie. Theme of wonder and exploration. Certain parts of the score, especially in scenes involving the discovery of an engineer's technology and ancient ruins, feature more uplifting or inspired music, using orchestral strings and bass. This gives the sense of humankind exploring something both terrifying and magnificent, and use of silence. One of the most powerful techniques in Prometheus is the contrast between intense sound design and moments of near silence, which amplified the isolation of the characters and the tension in the narrative. The film's main theme, life, is particularly noteworthy for its haunting, beautiful, encapsulating the mystery of creation and exploration that is central to the film's narrative. Now, for the sound design. The sound design for Prometheus was led by sound designer Max Wiesel and supervising sound editor Per Holberg, both of whom crafted an intricate audio landscape that combines organic and medical sounds. Some key elements include alien landscapes. The sound design features a lot of low emissive tone to represent the vast, empty, and full bonding alien planet LV-223. These sounds help establish the planet as an unwelcoming and dangerous place. Biomechanical elements. The engineer's technology and biological component are a fusion of mechanical and organic sounds. For example, the sound of the engineer's spaceship and architecture often combines deep mechanical hums with unsettling, squishy organic noises, reflecting the biotechnological nature of their civilization. Creature sounds. The creatures, including the hammerpede and the deacon, have disturbing and visceral sound effects that contributes to their terrifying presence on screen. The sound team created these by combining various animals and synthetic sounds to give the creatures an unsettling edge. Now for atmosphere and ambience. Background sounds like wind, echoing footprints, and distant groans of the planet's structure are used to make the audience feel as if the environment itself is alive and dangerous. These environmental sounds are subtle but highly effective in building tension. Overall, the combination of Sierenfield's score and the rich sound design of Prometheus evades the film's atmosphere, balancing all with existential horror. The making of Prometheus is closely linked to the Alien franchise, with director Ridley Scott returning to the sci-fi horror genre he helped define. Here's a summary of its history of making the film. In 2000, talks about another Alien film began after the mixed reception of Alien Resurrection. Ridley Scott, who directed the original Alien, expressed interest in returning to the series, but wanted to explore the origin of the infamous Xenomorphs rather than continuing with the existing storyline. Around 2009, the idea for a prequel to Alien began to take shape. Scott, along with screenwriter John Spears, started working on a story that would explore the origins of the space jockey from Alien, the giant mysterious figure sitting in the chair on the alien ship. This character would lead into a large narrative about the engineers, an advanced species that played a role in the creation of the Xenomorphs. Over time, as development progressed, Scott and the studio 20th Century Fox realized that the film could stand on its own as a separate story in the same universe. This leads to a shift of direction where Prometheus would explore broader themes of creation, humanity, and the search of origin rather than directly serving as a prequel to Alien. Damon Lindelof, known for his work on Lost, was brought in to revise Spear's script to reflect these new ideas. The movie was shot in various locations, including Iceland and the United Kingdom, to capture the underworldly landscapes that represent the alien planet. The emphasis on using real sets rather than relying solely on CGI helped give the film a tactile, immersive feel. Prometheus was released in June 2012 with a significant amount of anticipation, especially from fans of Alien. It was praised for its stunning visual, ambitious storytelling, and strong performance, particularly by Fassbender. However, it also received criticism for its plot holes and some narrative confusion. The film sparked debate among audience about its ambiguous nature, with some frustrated by unanswered questions and others intrigued by its open-ended approach. The budget for the movie was $120 million to $130 million, and the box office was $402.4 million. And the ratings of the movie are the IMDb score of 7 out of 10 and a Rotten Tomato score of 73%. While Prometheus didn't feature the classic Xenomorph directly, it introduces new creatures that were clearly precursors to them, linking it to the Alien universe. The movie's final scene hints at the connection more explicitly, with the birth of a creature resembling the proto-Xenomorph. Following Prometheus, Ridley Scott continues the story in Alien Covenant, which delves deeper into the connection between Prometheus and the Alien series. Covenant brought the Xenomorphs back into the spotlight, blending more elements of horror with the physosocial themes introduced in Prometheus. Overall, Prometheus became a pivotal film for the Alien franchise, marking a return to its root while exploring new creative territory. Its history is one of involving ideas, from a straightforward prequel to a standalone exploration of humanity origin, all set within a familiar yet expanded universe. Let's talk about the awards they received. Starting with the awards. Number 1, Saturn Awards. Best Science Fiction Film. Best Special Effects. Number 2, Visual Effects Socially Awards. Outstanding visual effects in a visual effects driven feature motion picture. Outstanding created environment in a live action featured motion picture. Number 3, Hollywood Post Analyze Awards. Outstanding visual effects feature film. Number 4, Empire Awards. Best Science Fiction, aka Fantasy. And number 5, Golden Trailer Awards. Best Horror TV Spot. Now for the nominations. Number 1, Academy Awards, Oscars. Best Visual Effects. Number 2, BAFTA Awards, Best Special Visual Effects. Number 3, Saturn Awards. Best Director, Ridley Scott. Best Actress, Noomi Rapace. Best Supporting Actor, Michael Fassbender. Best Production Design. Number 4, Critics' Choice Movie Awards. Best Visual Effects. Best Art Directions. Number 5, Empire Awards: Best Director Ridley Scott, Best Actress Nami Rapace, Best Male Newcomer Logan Marshall Green, and Best 3D. And number 6, Steadity Awards: Best Art Direction and Production Design, Best Cinematographic, and Best Visual Effects. Prometheus was highly praised for its technical achievements, especially in visual effects, though it did not win any of the major Academy or BAFTA awards. Its blends of science fiction and horror also earned it recognition in genre-specific awards like the Saturn and Empire Awards. In Prometheus, the props, weapons, and CGI played a major role in creating the film's unique, futuristic yet ancient atmosphere. Here's a breakdown of these elements, starting with props. Number 1, Wayland Corporation Technology. Mapping probes. Small floating drones that map the underground structure of the engineer's ship by scanning the area. These are silk, futuristic devices. Cryopods, used for the deep space travel of the crew. These were intricate, capsule-like devices that emphasize the high-tech medical and life support system aboard the Prometheus spaceship. Space helmets and suits. The suits were designed with advanced tech features, combining a sleek, futuristic look with practical details for space exploration. Number 2, weapons. Flamethrowers, used by the crew members to defend themselves against alien threats. Handguns and rifles. The characters are seen using various modernized firearms that reflect near-future military technology and laser cutting tools. These are used for significant purpose and to breach various areas in the alien structure. Number 3, engineer technology. Engineer spacecraft. Both the interior and exterior of the alien ship are meticulously designed to appear otherworldly and advanced. The control chair and navigational panel inside the ship are notable as they involve holographic interface. The black goo, the mysterious transformative substance central to the plot. Props of containers holding a black goo were carefully crafted to look ancient yet high-tech. Now it's time to talk about the CGI. Number 1, the engineers and creatures. The engineers, towering humanoid aliens, were created using a combination of practical effects and CGI enchantments. Their skin texture, facial features, and size were exaggerated through digital work. Deacon, the creature that emerged in the final scene, involved from the Alien series, was heavily created with CGI mixed with prosthetics. And Hammerhead, small alien creatures created with a mix of practical models and CGI for their slithering movements and attacks. Number 2, sex attentions and environments. Much of the planet's landscapes LV-223, including the alien structures and massive engineer ship, were enchanted with CGI, expanding the scope of physical sets. The scenes showing the engineers' holographic recordings of the past were created with CGI, presenting ghost-like projections. Number 3, spacecraft sequences. The CGI was extensively used to bring the Prometheus ship and the engineer ship to life. especially in space traveling scenes and during the climatic crash between the two ships. The storm scene where the crew encounters a violent dust storm on LV-223 was largely CGI, creating a visceral, high-stack environment. These elements combines practical effects and CGI to achieve the film's ambitious vision of alien worlds and advanced technology. In Prometheus, several elements of foreshadowing are used to hint at events later in the film, placing with its themes of creation, destruction, and the pursuit of forbidden knowledge. Key examples include: number one, the opening sequence. The film begins with an engineer sacrificing himself to see life on Earth. This foreshadows the central theme of the film, which is about humanity's quest to discover its creator and the consequences of that pursuit. The act of creation through destruction parallels the engineer's later role in intending to destroy humanity. Number two, the morals in the engineer temple. The morals show disturbing images of xenomorph-like creature and other biological horrors. These visual hints at the emergence of monstrous forms, like the proto-xenomorph at the film's end, suggesting the engineer has been involved in bioengineering and foreshadowing the eventual rise of the xenomorph species. Number three, Weyland's secret presents. Though entirely believed to be dead, Weyland's secret presence on the mission is a major twist. Early in the film, there are clues such as David speaking to someone unknown in private and Weyland's interest in immortality, foreshadowing his eventual reveal and desire to meet the engineers to seek alter life. These instances of foreshadowing not only build tension but also echo the film's exploration of the dangers of seeking knowledge and playing with the forces of life and death. Now, horror fans, it's time to go to the last segment of Horror Talks with Tate, Insane Insiders, and talk about the Easter eggs, fun facts, and the audience reviews for Prometheus. Prometheus is packed with Easter eggs that refers its alien origins, methodology, and physiosocial themes. Here are some of the most notable ones. Number one, Xenomorph and Alien franchise connections. Dakin. The creature that emerged at the end of Prometheus reassembles a xenomorph but has distinct difference. It's seen as an early version of the iconic creature from Alien, highlighting the evolutionary process leading to the xenomorph species. Engineer chair. The final scene where an engineer sits in the space jockey chair mirrors the iconic scene from the original Alien, where a similar being is discovered in the derelict ship. Weyland Corporation. This mega corporation connects Prometheus to the wider Alien universe. Peter Weyland's appearance, played by Guy Pearce, sets the stage for Weyland-Yutani's role in later Alien films. Number two, H.R. Giger's design influence. Several set pieces and Alien architecture, including the engineer's ship, pay homage to Giger's biomechanical aesthetic, which was essential to the original Alien design. Number three, LV-223 versus LV-426. The planet the crew explored in Prometheus is LV-223, while in Alien, it's LV-426. The similarity in planet's name is a nod to the connection between the two movies, but Prometheus makes it clear that the events are happening in a different location. Number 4, mythological reference, Prometheus. The movie's title refers to the great myth of Prometheus, who stole fire from the gods to give to humanity. The film explores the idea of creation and the consequences of pushing beyond natural boundaries, much like the mythical figure, the engineers. These beings resemble gods or creators as they were responsible for creating humanity. The idea of gods turning on their creation echoes themes found in many mythologies, including the Prometheus myth. These Easter eggs enchant Prometheus by linking it to the Alien franchise while also embedding layers of mythology and symbolism. Here are some fun facts about Prometheus. Number 1. Originally a prequel to Alien. Prometheus started as a direct prequel to the original Alien, but Ridley Scott and screenwriter Demon wanted it to start on its own. While it explores the origins of the Xenomorph species, it's more focused on Bonder themes, like the origins of humanity. Number 2. Inspired by real science. The movie was partly inspired by real scientific questions, like the search for extraterrestrial life and the possibility of ancient astronauts who may have influenced human evolution. Scott consulted with scientists like biologist Richard Dawkins and futurist Arthur C. Clarke. Number 3. The black goo. The mysterious black substance in the film, which mutates and destroys life, was intended to represent the potential dangers of playing with forces beyond human control. Its exact nature remains ambiguous, adding to the film's mystery. Number 4. H.R. Giger's influence. Although H.R. Giger, the artist behind the design of the original Xenomorph, didn't work on Prometheus, his visual style heavily influenced the engineer's spacecraft and their overall aesthetic. Number 5. The engineer's language. The engineer's language was created by a real linguist, Dr. Alan Bealtool. In one of the film's scenes, David speaks their language fluently. These elements highlight the film's blend of science fiction, horror, and philosophical questions about the creations and humanity's role in the universe. Prometheus received mixed reactions from audience and critics. Here's an overview of common audience reviews, starting with positive aspects. Visuals and cinematographic. Many viewers praised the film for its stunning visual, immersive atmosphere, and detailed production design. Ridley Scott's ability to create awe-inspired worlds was well received, especially in IMAX and 3D formats. Themes and ambition. Some audiences appreciate the film's exploration of existential and philosophical themes, like the origins of humanity, the nature of creation, and mankind's relationship with alien beings. Performance. Michael Fassbender's portrayal of the android David was a standout for many. Others' performances, including those by Noomi Rapace and Charlize Theron, were generally well received. Now for the criticism. Confusing storyline. One of the most frequent criticism is that the plot felt convoluted or unclear. While it posed intriguing questions, many viewers felt it left too many unanswered by the end, making the story feel incomplete or frustrating. Characters' decisions. Some audience members found the characters' choices illogical or poorly explained, leading to the frustration with the plots. Moments of decision making that seemed uncharacteristic or forced were often highlighted as contrasting from the experiment. Connection to Alien franchise. Fans of the Alien series were divided. While some enjoyed the subtle connection to the original Alien movies, others were disappointed by how distant it felt from the core storylines of the franchise. Overall, Prometheus is seen as a visually impressive and ambitious science fiction film with polarizing elements in terms of plot and character development. Now, before we wrap up this episode, I'm going to tell you all about my thoughts and reviews for Prometheus. Prometheus was an absolute masterpiece in its own right. Ridley Scott really outdid himself with this one, bringing that same intense atmosphere and visual brilliance that made the original Alien such a classic. From the moment of the movie begins, you're immediately drawn into this eerie, mysterious world where every scene feels like it's brimming with untold danger. What stood out to me the most was the creature design. Utterly terrifying yet strangely mesmerizing. The way they were brought to life felt so raw and realistic, almost like you were witnessing these horrors unfold firsthand. The detail in every monster, from their grotesque forms to their spine-chilling movements, was insane. You can tell so much thoughts went into creating a design that would make audience squirm, but also be intrigued. Well, everyone, this concludes today's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening and exploring the discussion of Prometheus. And I will be back next time to talk about the 6th installment called Alien Covenant. Make sure to follow, rate, and review this podcast to grow more horror fans like yourself. If you want to stay tuned for more episodes and exciting news, go follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter to keep your eyes on them. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for the episodes which I will be working on very soon. And follow me on TikTok for spooky and funny horror videos. Would you guys want to go to the planet from the movie? See the movie to find out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And as always, stay spooky.